Hi, I'm Jill Ewert, editor of FCA Sharing the Victory magazine. Now, since coming to New Orleans in 2006, quarterback Drew Brees has been dubbed a saint both on and off the field. One of the most decorated passers in the NFL, Brees has also gained a reputation as one of the most community-oriented and faith-driven athletes in the game. Midway through the 2009 season, we caught up with Brees about faith, football, and what it takes to overcome the odds to achieve true victory.
Do you kind of feel like God brought you here for a reason?
Oh, without a doubt. I believe that coming to New Orleans was truly a calling and something that I was meant to do. And, you know, the circumstances behind me coming here, you know, had I never had my injury in San Diego, you know, there's no telling where I would have ended up. Potentially could have just stayed in San Diego my whole career, you know, eventually left there, but then circumstances would have been different. Here it was almost as if, I mean, the timing for both this city and the Saints organization and me, we were just brought together. And I absolutely believe that, you know, everything happens for a reason, that God puts you in positions that at the time you may kind of be wondering, why is this happening? Or, you know, I just don't quite understand it, but you just have to trust and have faith and believe that, that it's all for the greater good. And I truly believe that that's what happened here.
Looking back, especially over the last 3 years, how have you changed as a man and as a man of God in what's happened since you came here?
I definitely have learned a lot along the way, and you know, the circumstances from what happened to San Diego to me coming here. You know, when I had that injury in San Diego, at the time, I felt like this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me at the worst time. Potentially career ending, just all those things, and you start to feel sorry for yourself, and you start to ask, just why me, why now? All those things that are very easy to ask, and I think that a lot of people have had those moments in their lives where they just say, you know, they pray and say, God, why me, why now? I mean, all those things. And I looked back a year after that, after I'd already been here a year and everything, and I say, you know what, God, that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. So going from the worst thing that ever happened to me to that same event being the best thing that ever happened to me, because otherwise I never would have had the opportunity to come here, to be a part of this community, to be a part of this rebuilding effort, to take my career to the next level here, to, you know, meet people and be exposed to things that I otherwise would never have had the chance to do. And it was just special. And, you know, I feel like I was such a mentally tougher person for it and a stronger person for it, both in with my job as a professional football player, as a husband, and then soon after as a father, and then, you know, in my faith.
How has being a dad changed your life?
It's been unbelievable. I mean, my wife and I talk about it all the time. You know, so many people tell you, you know, oh, when you have your first child, there's nothing like it, all these things. And you can listen to that as much as you want, but it's not until you actually, you know, see your child that you say, this is truly a gift from God. And there is no other way that this could happen. I mean, it's a miracle. And just looking at him every day, I mean, it's what I, you know, get up in the morning for. It's what I, you know, come to work and try to be the best that I can be for, is just to make that little guy proud and just to be, you know, just the best dad I can be, because I want him to, you know, grow up and be proud of his dad and be proud of all the things that I hope to be able to, you know, teach him.
How did you first come to faith in Christ?
You know, I first really accepted Jesus Christ in my heart on my 17th birthday, January 15th. I was actually in church. It was a Sunday in church. And before that, you know, I had gone to church with my family, and but I was just kind of there, you know, listening to the stories, and, you know, it all sounded good, but I didn't fully, truly understand it, get it, or accept it. And it was at that moment, I remember our pastor talking about God looking for a few good men, and they referenced the movie, A Few Good Men. But they said, God is out there and he's looking for a few good men. And all of a sudden the light bulb went off in my head, and I was just like, hey, that's me. I can be one of those few good men. For the first time, I felt like God was really talking to me and speaking to me. And So that was the day.
What does it mean to be one of God's few good men?
It means that you trust in the Lord, you trust that He has a plan for your life, you trust that He's never going to put anything in front of you that is too hard for you, or else He wouldn't put it in front of you. So no matter what comes your way, you'll be able to overcome it. It'll make you stronger. You have the ability to influence in a positive way so many other people, and just be able to spread the blessings that God's bestowed upon you.
You are on one of the most elevated platforms that any athlete in the state of, at least the state of Louisiana, if not, the nation at this point. How do you handle that, and how do you, I guess, use that as a minister of the gospel?
I mean, I feel like actions will always speak so much louder than words ever could. And, I just know in my life I've been given so many opportunities. I've had so many great people in my life as parents or mentors or coaches or teachers or just, people that were there at the right times to help steer me in the right direction. And I feel like that was no coincidence, that God was putting those people in my life for a reason. And I want to be able to provide that opportunity for others. I want to be able to give back what's been given to me. And so that's why we try to do so much with our foundation, my wife Brittany and I, the Brees Dream Foundation. We try to just give kids those opportunities that otherwise might not have it, and help them to see what they can accomplish if they just put their faith in God and do the right things, and think about serving others, helping others, while at the same time just striving to be the best that they can be, and understanding that if they do put their mind to it, that they can accomplish anything.
If you could say one thing to all these FCA student athletes out there, what would you want to communicate to them?
Always have faith in yourself, always have faith in God. Never lose that. Just understand that there's always a plan, and that God has it planned out for you, and He's going to present you with opportunities, and it's just, it's your job to take advantage of those. But certainly that with faith in Him and you can truly accomplish anything. That never let anybody tell you that you can't accomplish something for whatever reason, because you know that with Him behind you, that you can do anything.
What is the most important thing that you do to maintain an intimate relationship with God?
I have that time that I set aside each day where I can just be, deep in thought and prayer. The time that I set aside to, read the Bible, to get in the Word. We have Bible studies and couples Bible study throughout the week as well. Chapels prior to the game that I love to attend, and just have the opportunity to hear a lot of different speakers or chaplains, pastors from around the area, and then wherever we might travel to, just kind of hear their perspective, or maybe a little bit of kind of the way that they're able to relate it to us. And I just find that that's really a great way to just you can put all your cares aside from the day, whether it be your job or personal or what have you, and it's just your time to just take a deep breath and get into the Word, be with the Lord, and you find that by having that time each and every day, it just puts you at peace.
How do you protect yourself from those negative voices?
Well, experience. I mean, being through different things in my life, whether athletically or personal life or whatever. I just feel like I've learned along the way, and sometimes you learn the hard way. I mean, that's what growing up and is all about, and that's growing in your faith and in your relationship with God and relationship with others. And there's just some things that you kind of have to experience yourself in order to fully understand it, or but just know as long as you do things the right way, that good things will happen to you. And it may not be today or tomorrow or next week or next month, but you do things the right way for long enough that good things will happen to you.
For more on Drew Brees and other athletes and coaches who compete for Christ, visit us online at sharingthevictory.com.